go ahead and start here. I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular meeting of Moose Lake City Council. The first part of the council, we have a reorganizational meeting, which we'll have to open and close, and then open again into the regular city council meeting. I'd like to start leading off with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll open tonight with an organizational meeting, and we have to do that at the beginning of each year to elect positions and also the appointments for committees and also the fees for the year for the city. And if you, I got to get to the right page myself. As you can see, we've advanced into technology now.
That's not everybody.
No. So first item is the city attorney, Marguerite Doran. Maybe I'll go through the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or we'll go maybe down through the first 7, the official city newspaper. We'll go through those items and then do a motion and then move on to the next list of items. The city attorney, Marguerite Doran, city engineer, Steve, that should be, we have Joe Ryan in there, now it is Steve Heft. Yes. City finance advisor, Ehlers and Associates Incorporated. Bond counsel, Kenny and Graven, chartered. City attorney is Clifton Larson Allen. City fund depository, First National Bank of Moose Lake and Lake State Federal Credit Union. That's where I got that from, Jim. We did that last night at a fire district. Official newspaper, Star Gazette. Any discussion or questions? If not, do I have a motion to accept? I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We get down to the next area, starting with the Planning Commission. Now, all the names in yellow are up, and all of those people have been contacted. There are a few that are out of the area, and we'll mention them when we get to them. But they have all responded with a yes, they would like to stay on the committees.
You're talking all the committees all the way down? Or just
In the yellow, anywhere you see yellow to these committees, those are people, yeah, whose term is up and had to be contacted to see if they wanted to stay. Planning Commission, my staff, myself, Doug Jutman from the City Council, Greg Sarvala, Joanne Unton, William Hayden. Should we do the ones on this page and then approve them, and then we'll go to the next page? That works all right. Zoning Administrator, that of course will be our assistant right now, Jean, who is acting as our city administrator. When we do get the new administrator, we will have to come back and officially appoint the city administrator as a zoning administrator, but for tonight that will be our current administrator, Jean Hedin. Housing and Redevelopment Authority, Sharon Hoppy, Cassie Wexeth, Alice Miller, Barb Isaacson, Joanne Morrissey. Parks and Recreational Board, Jim Michalski from the council. We do have one opening in the township, but that is up to the township to fill that. They haven't done that as yet.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Becky.
Becky Custer. So that could be a write-in for the township.
What was the name?
Becky Custer.
Yeah, please talk to her.
Yes. Todd Nealon. Peggy Lundgren is no longer on. That can be taken out. Barney Hollis. Graydon O'Lean. Roll Urban. So we do have one opening for Peggy. We did not fill it. I did it again. So we will have one opening on the Park and Rec Board. We'll have to advertise. Do I have a motion to accept those appointees?
I so moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next page, starting with the library board, Mike Peterson from the council, Ione Johnson, Moose Lake Township, Eleanor Eskery, Marilyn Schmidt, Michelle Berglund. And those are, Eleanor did state she would like to stay on it.
Gail is from the township.
Gail is?
Yeah.
Is she going to replace Ione?
Yeah.
Okay. Gail Lundgren. Cemetery Board, Mike Peterson, Council. Wayne Peterson, that is one individual we could not contact. He is in Arizona for the winter, but he did not state he wanted off it. Did he, Councilor Peterson, at any time?
Doesn't say any change to me.
So I suggest that we approve him, and when he returns in the spring, if he no longer wants to, we'll advertise and open it at that time. Lou Hall and Walt Lauer. On the Public Utilities Commission, Kurt Yort, and he did send in a letter he'd like to stay on the commission. Mike Peterson, Steve Devine-Zelinsky. Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We generally advertise for that position. Did we put out an advertisement seeking other people's interest, because we've always advertised?
Even if you have someone that's still interested, that's on the board?
I just thought we always advertised.
We certainly can, if that's the wish of the council. But it has not been up to this point.
We haven't.
No,
I don't think so.
This year.
not this year, we didn't advertise.
Well, he stepped in
Mm-hmm.
in the role, but.
What I'm saying is we haven't for this appointment that we have for right now tonight. It wasn't advertised in December. That's what I mean. Right.
I guess since we always have, I'd like to see if there's any other interest in it.
You can table this one appointment till the next month with a motion keeping Kurt on for the month in case of doing business. And that we can do that, and then next month approve this one, advertise it, and if there aren't any or whatever, if there are more than one, you'll have to interview. If that is that the wish of the council? Consensus?
Is it interview or by their letters of interest? I think that's what we did, was letters of interest.
However the council determines they'd like to do that.
If we do go down that road here, I'd like to see us in a position for the Park and Rec too, if there's an opening there. So people know there's an opening.
Yeah, we have to. Or is that one full? That one is filled.
Peggy's still on that. Peggy's spot.
Okay. Very good.
So there is an opening there.
Yeah. Any of them, any other ones that we have, we're going to do it also. Is it consensus, Jim?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like this, Peterson? We should have a motion then. Or maybe we'll finish this last one here. before I go down into the city officials. Fire District Board, myself, and Robert Hoppy. So it would be up to a motion, and in your motion, you would have to state advertising for the Public Utilities Commission with Mr. York serving the term for this month, and the termination made for next month of who would be on serving them.
Okay, I'll make the motion, we put the library board, cemetery board, fire district board, and the public utilities commission with Mike Peterson and Steve Bangel and Steve, and Kurt York, well, for them permanent, for Mr. York's position to, him serve all this month, January, and we put a advertisement in the paper seeking other interest, if there's any interest, together with the park board.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, discussion?
Will we be voting on that next city council meeting?
We will. We'll have to make an appointment and approve it for the commission. Yeah. Moving on, city officials, officers. The last, we did a second, didn't we? I know that was the discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. City officers and officials. And this is where we ask anyone on the council if they want to continue in that position. The mayor pro temp. You know what? I think we do have to. Someone has to make a motion, and we have to do it 3 times for any of the city officers and officials. I think that's the official way we have to do it. Do I have a motion for the mayor pro temp?
I'll make that motion, for Jim Richelski to serve as the mayor pro temp.
Do I have any other nominations, or motions, I should say? Any other nominations? And the third time, any other nominations? Hearing none. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Weed and tree inspector. I think for whatever reason, the state has the mayor down as the weed inspector. So
You're not getting out of that.
that stays. I guess I'm the weed inspector again another year. And they're bad. You guys have to clean up their yards. All right.
All day today.
Safety officer, Spencer Skelton. Waste management director, Spencer Skelton. Building official, inspector, Dwayne Grace, Bruce Lowry. Animal control officer, Friends of Animals. Board of Health, Gateway Clinic physicians. Emergency preparedness, myself, again, that's by state law or directive, whatever you want to call it. Cable television public access coordinator, Steve Devine Jelinski. And why don't we do a motion? That is all the city officers, officials, and we'll get into the council, city council committees.
Question, what
Yes.
sense is that Lee plans to retire? Is he going to train somebody different in on this?
Hasn't given notice yet.
He hasn't given notice, but,
And officially, we would, whoever we hire for that position would then fall into these committee or, the
position.
safety officer, waste management director. And we'll have to open that up again whenever we do that as a council and appoint them officially.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I would like to see us start seeking a interest in building official
Advertising?
advertising.
Yearly, or what are you thinking? Just
More, maybe yearly?
some of these other things that we have on our yearly list, and we could definitely put that on there.
Yeah. mean, these other positions are really assigned to statute and stuff, but I would like to, yeah, I think that's a
As for building inspector,
yearly,
are you asking me to do it now too?
yes, yeah.
Okay. So that'll
I mean, in the, we'll have to, continue, you know, making, make sure
Is that
interest also.
a motion then to advertise for that position?
It'll have to be part of the motion when, doing all the, city officials, city officers and officials. This section, we should do the motion now, if that is the motion. So do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion that we find the above mentioned positions and have Dwayne Grace and Bruce Lowry continue as building inspectors, but advertise for that position.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put in there that put a time limit. When we did it. I don't think it was enough time, really, so. And we'll keep them in there through the end of March. And it's,
All right.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion, questions?
I got a question with the animal control officer, that we contract with Friends of Animals.
Yes.
So how can we appoint them? You know, because we have to agree on a contract.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a new contract yet this year.
Somebody said.
If it changes, we would then, appoint somebody else. Let's see, that's what we were doing in the past.
Pending, yes, without the pending an agreement.
I'll amend my motion to the animal control officer, Friends of Animals, pending a agreement with them.
I'll second that amendment.
Very good. Any further discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. In the next area, the city council committees. Municipal liquor store, Chris Husso and Jim, are you both interested in continuing your positions? Okay. Public Works, Mike Peterson, Doug Jutman, are you interested to continue? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Police Protection, Chris Husso.
Yep.
Administrative Committee, Chris Husso and Jim Michalski. Cable Television Commission and Communications Tech Committee, that's myself. Chamber of Commerce, myself. Community Education and Recreation, Jim Michalski.
That's one I've never really done anything with so far. To do that one, I've never
I don't think they,
have a meeting with them, I've never met with them.
I wonder if that's still
That would be,
The park board working
that
there?
would be Vicki.
Razak, yeah.
That,
I
you
would
could contact her, Jim, and if.
Yeah, I'll still do it, but
Yeah.
I've never.
The group that is really active, that she has been chairing is the, HH, right?
Which it is, but it's, I don't think the HCH is the community education and recreation either, so.
Why don't you talk to her, Jim, and if there isn't anything where that will no longer, let's say, fit, we'll bring it back to us and we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Because she does still run the community education, but we're just not as involved with it as we used to be. And I think that was created and used when the, right, lifeguards, swimming lessons, and all the activities that went on, like, in the summer, Little League and softball and tennis. And very good. Minnesota Department of Corrections Advisory Committee, it's myself. Active, yes.
I have been attending those, so.
Would you like to be added on to that committee? Because there's no, we didn't set any number or, so we could add Chris Russo, Department of Corrections Advisory Committee. Active Living Coalition, myself, is anybody else interested in being active in it? I have not been attending that as much as I'd like to. And it's working with the school. Some of it is the safe routes to school and initiatives like that. Since it's been hard for me to make it, is there any volunteers?
Yeah, why not?
Doug? I'd like to have both of us on it so that maybe one of us can at least make it, because it's usually in the afternoon at 4 o'clock or so. And it's just been a hard one to get to for me. But we stop right there and do a motion for these items. And this is the City Council Committee.
I'll make a motion to approve the city council committees and statements.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item is the city administrator and department directors. City administrator, city clerk treasurer, right now, of course, is vacant. Assistant city administrator, deputy clerk treasurer, Jean Bedeen. Public works superintendent, Spencer Skelton. Chief of police, Bryce Vogelholm. Municipal liquor store manager, Mark Skelton. Library director, Steve Devine Jelinski. Motor vehicle deputy registrar, Karen Deline. The city administrator, clerk, treasurer, since Jean is acting, you should be in, I'm guessing, both until we hire somebody. I suppose officially.
I don't know that it matters, whether we've already named the interim for,
I know.
until someone comes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think officially we have to. And then whenever we do hire one, we would officially bring this back and motion them as the city administrator, city clerk, treasurer. And I believe that is the last of the administrator and department directors. Do I have a motion?
I so move that we accept the minutes read, with the exception of adding Jean Hedin onto the administrator and city treasurer.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So we really don't have to advertise for a city administrator, right? We just hired one?
No.
Yeah, I think we did.
His, email from Mr. York, I think we can accept that, he doesn't need to resubmit.
He already did a letter, so. Moving on, City of Moose Lake, the fee schedules. I'm not going to go through all of those. You can read them as they are. In yellow are the changes. If you look on page 9, police and public safety daily storage fee is $20, and it was $15. The sewer one's on this one too.
On page 10.
Okay. On page 10,
Mr. Mayor,
yes.
for polling fees, can we have $100 of actual? And roll over, national polling, obviously, for the cost of $100.
Okay, $100 or actual.
Can I ask a question? Is that, I mean, that's charged by the towing company, correct?
They bill us,
Oh, so,
and then you recoup it when the people get their car back.
okay.
Council, is consensus on that?
That's fine.
Okay. Moving on to library collection fee. This is something new, $25. Maybe we could have that explained what that is for, how it's used.
Steve had just given me an email saying a new fee, $25 fee will be applied to a patron's account if they are sent to collections. We could ask Steve if you have any other questions, I'm not sure.
Okay. And that is to help cover the cost of,
Hiring the collector.
Right?
it is, okay. Looks like one of those. Down on page 10 in the sewer rates, you can see the changes. Minimum up to 2,000 gallons, $10.01 per thousand. In the 3,000 to 4,000 gallon, that is $4.72 per thousand. 5,000 to 6,000 gallons, that's $4.05. Let's just say 58 per thousand. 7,000 to 8,000 gallons, that's $4.38 per thousand. 9,000 more gallons is $4.69 per thousand. Sewer only is a $15.52 flat rate. Sewer for Mercy is $4.93 per thousand. And that is an increase. And that is the only increases that we have. There, of course, is page 12. It continues on with the, and page 13. That's,
Yeah, the sanitary district, is that, what's that?
yeah, it's all, same with the
It's in
state.
contract already,
It's contracted.
it's done,
No.
we're still working on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is the same with the state. We're not finally done with their review. And neither are city engineers working on them with all the fees and changes and, you know, a lot of information on the project that's going to them. Do you have a motion to accept the fee schedule for 2016?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. And that ends the agenda items for the reorganizational meeting. Do I have a motion to close the reorganization meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? Second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll now open the regular city council meeting. The first item is the agenda. Do we have any changes or additions? I believe there's one correction to be made, and that is on page 3 of the agenda. The Moose Lake Technology Committee will be meeting on February 11th instead of the 4th.
You know, just to clarify that, well, I guess projection, that's March 1st. Is that right? That's the first one.
Did you learn something else?
No, I was just clarifying that.
Oh, Marcy. March.
Gotcha.
I just assumed it was March 1st.
Any other changes or additions?
You want to move some people up?
We'll do that after. Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We'll go through the consent agenda and then the public commentary, and then I will move up our guests that are here tonight and conduct that business, and they can move on. This consent agenda on 2A, the minutes for November 10th, 2015, joint Moose Lake School and City Council meeting. That's just corrected.
That was to add the bullet points that Doug had mentioned.
Very good, thank you. December 5th, 2015, special City Council meeting, corrected, noting who was present. Number 3 is the December 9th, 2015, regular City Council meeting. Number 4, the December 11th, 2015, special emergency City Council meeting. Number 5 is December 10th, 2015, special water and light meeting. Number 6 is December 16th, 2015, regular water and light meeting, corrected. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, discussions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 2B, the financial reports. Number 1 is the City Council vote payable for January 2016. Number 2, the City financial statements, December 2015, unaudited. Number 3 is the liquor store profit loss statement, December 2015, unaudited. Questions or discussion on the financial reports? Maybe just a quick one. When will our audit be due? Will it be in March again?
No, it's usually May. It's later.
Later. We're just probably getting ready in March.
Yes. Starting now, so much.
Do we have a motion to accept the financial reports?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That brings us to number 3, public comment. This time is reserved for comments from the public on matters not listed on the agenda. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes. And I don't think we have anyone, so we'll move on. And we'll jump down to new business number 6. We have Pam Jensen here for the AWIN Group, and this is about the bus service. And maybe just a little information on it. We've had the bus service since, was it September we started? Yeah? August, you think?
I think it was August. Yeah.
August. And we have been paying that with the idea, or that at least we had the idea that the state would take over in January 1st. But we found out earlier this month that that was contingent on the rider numbers being at a certain level for the state to take on the payment. And our ridership has not been that high where they would do it. And that was a little surprise to us that was part of the whole thing with the bus service. And we were not aware of it at the very beginning of this procedure. So in discussion with them, maybe Pam, if you could come up and talk about the latest communication that you've had with them.
Yes, thank you, first of all, for taking this on for the senior citizens and anybody who needs the bus service in Moose Lake. And we just found out a couple of days ago the real criteria for keeping it going without, city paying. And today we got the final from Arrowhead. Well, first of all, they're changing the hours. It's still going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays are changing to 10 to 1, where it used to go till 4. And every second Tuesday, they will extend it to the 4 o'clock because the WIN is going to be starting a senior group, and we will be starting to meet here at senior dining in the afternoon on the second Tuesday of each month. And so because of that, the Arrowhead Transit said at this point they will extend their hours. And then Thursdays, they're going to go from 10 in the morning till 1, and what they're going to try now is they're going to be taking the Arrowhead bus from 1 to 4 to Cloquet, and they will go to Walmart and to Super One. So they're trying to work, and they want to see this succeed, as we do. And so they came up with this plan. So they're giving us a grace period of January and February where, they'll take it on. There'll be no cost to the city. And so we really, a win, and if anybody else has any ideas, we've done some promotions. We've, handed out certificates so they can ride the bus free, and we just have to really get that out there because they said that they'll really be watching January and February. And if it does, if they get enough riders, then they will take it on permanently for the year. And so at this point, and I talked to Larry from Arrowhead today, and he said, maybe last Thursday or Tuesday, excuse me. It was Tuesday. He said they had 9 riders, which was good. So, if we can really get the word out there, and it's open for anybody. And the cost when they go to Cloquet, it's around $5 round trip. So, really talk to the neighbors, talk to anybody in the area that can benefit from this, because we really want to see it succeed. We really, it's a need in the area. It's just getting people to try it out and telling neighbors upon neighbors that, let's really embrace this and see that it succeeds and moves like. Anybody, any questions?
On the Thursday now, it's 10 to 1 in town here?
Yes.
And then 1 to 4 to
Okay.
The Super One and Walmart.
Right, and it's still, you have to dial, you still have to call, and the bus will come pick you up. It's still the same as dial a ride. So, So if you can think of any way, any other, how we can get this out there, and any other?
I know I had a complaint. Someone said they tried calling the bus and they were on hold for like 15 minutes. So I don't think their phone service is the best.
Yeah, and they say the criteria was ahead of time that you were supposed to call like 2 hours ahead of time, or like the evening before, because they have to get their rider and they have other, you know what I mean? So I don't,
Yeah, so I think there are some issues there.
There probably is.
Why people aren't using it as much, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know that. Anything else?
I know we'll keep the stuff up on the boards, and maybe we could advertise it also on Channel 7.
Yeah, I think
Is
Steve
it?
has.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So we'll continue that.
Yeah.
Continue that advertising.
I could do a lot at my office.
Oh.
Community services, I know my clients could use that.
Oh, really? Oh.
They don't have transportation.
Yeah, there's not brochures, but we can get flyers.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, we can do that.
Very good. We'll just continue on. Hopefully it'll pick up. I know Jean and I tried to call on Monday, and we haven't heard back from them. We asked for numbers, what the current numbers were, and for like last month. And I wanted the total numbers and stuff, but they haven't got to us yet. So we'll be in communication with them also. And hopefully we can work it out where everyone can use it yet for a while.
Yeah,
At least for another year. I mean, it is a nice service, and I know there are some that have used it.
And then if it doesn't succeed, I don't know if we can revisit that and see if the city and a WIN can, you know, pick up the cost for the, just to try for another year or the end of the year. I mean,
If there's something we can try and work on with them to see if they'll continue if we do.
right.
It's $500 a month, and if we could share that, I know that would really help.
Yeah, we're you know, we're out promoting it, so,
Thanks for that.
yep.
Thank you.
Pam, could I ask you one question quick too?
Yeah.
The name of the person that did that door opener, can you call me with that too?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and I've been trying to get a hold of him, so, he hasn't gotten back to me, so,
Just give me a call.
yeah,
I won't be until Monday, but next week.
okay,
Thank you.
yes.
And you're welcome to stay. It's up to you, or you can leave. You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, the change is next week, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it'll be in this advertising in the paper this week. So, yeah, good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Very
so much for
interesting.
coming.
Thank you.
Okay.
We move back on the agenda then to page number 1. Departmental reports, Police Chief, police report for December 8th, 2015 through January 10th. Pam, you're welcome to leave whenever you want to. Thank you.
Just a couple of things. We did our tobacco compliance checks in December, and there were no violations, so that's good. Ordered the new squad car. They said it'd take 3 to 4 months to get here. So, just found out Mugs and Hugs is going to be on Saturday, February 27th at the fire hall from 9 to 12.
Could you give those dates again?
It's Saturday, February 27th from 9 a.m. to noon. And I'm hoping to get the Masons to do the kids' ID program that they have again. We did it 2 years ago, and it's got some real positive feedback on that. But just want to invite the public. It's pretty much an open house, and bring your kids, and there's a lot of fun things and games for the kids, and just a good way for us to let them know who we are and what we do. So that's about it.
Very good. It looks like a lot of items through the last month also.
Yeah, the holidays are always pretty busy time.
Surprise total number of calls for the annual. Total number of calls for 2015, 1,964.
Yeah, that was up a little bit from 15 or 14.
Assist calls, this was Carleton County Sheriff's Department, 169. That's quite a few calls and a lot of activity.
Yeah, 18 felonies. And in addition to that, 14 felonies from MSMP, so that's a lot of felony cases for a small department. So the guys really work hard and do a good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Pass it on, please. Thank you very much. The next item is 4B, Park, 4A, let's see, 4BA, said annual seasonal salary, Capstone Park Manager, and the committee, one of the committee members want to speak?
We negotiated with the campground manager and came up with a salary of $12,480 for the season, which is April 15th to October 15th. A little up from last year, but
Any other changes?
No?
We need to do a motion on that, don't we?
Sure,
I think we
yeah.
do.
Changes the budget.
Do we have a motion?
What was last year's, I think?
90, that's big, 90.
Yeah.
We've been getting by cheap for years, so.
Yes.
So, I so move that we accept the, change in salary for the seasonal campground manager.
Have a second?
All second.
Any discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4C, Steve Ryan-Jelinski, updates on NCD contract and social media converter for Public Works and Arena, C number 7 on NCD memo.
Good evening, Council. Page 61 and 62 is what we're looking at. Jean and I, along with Marguerite, wanted to get a completion date for the projects since they've been going on since February of last year. So on the letter that's on the letterhead from MCD, it outlines what is left and a completion date of February 1st. It looks like for everything that is left, except for number 7, which is a change order, and what that is media converters for Public Works and for the arena, because we put fiber in late in the fall, or Water and Light did. And so this is an alternate route. Instead of having a professional technician come in and run fiber inside of the arena, this is a much cheaper way to get those two places done, and then they can get the cameras online there since they're already installed, but that's all that they're waiting on. And so if that's done, I would assume those would be done by February 1st as well.
Any questions from the council?
I have a question. Are the voice phones working now the way they're supposed to be, or?
I don't like them. I think they cut out a lot. I mean, you seem to think it had to do with the speed of the internet, or, you know.
And when it's busy is when it's doing it. You know, especially in the morning, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, when everyone's on the computers and on the phones. That's when it does happen.
The calls are more through?
I don't get a lot of calls, and that's okay with me right now.
I haven't had a lot of complaints in the last few months, other than here and there.
I think people get frustrated and just don't leave messages. Just, you know, they're used to somebody answering the phone. And if they have to go through this whole long list of, they just hang up. And I don't know whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
I thought it was kind of nice.
Well, it's kind of one TV is true. Is the police station, their phones like that?
You know, there's a lot of things I really like about the phone. I like that you get your messages emailed to you, so I can get them right away. I hope we have more than one line. I like everybody has voicemail. We still on occasion do have drop calls, which can be a little frustrating, but it doesn't seem as frequent as it was.
And that's due to the provider, I'm assuming, Power Light, where bandwidth that would be.
Yeah. I mean, we could up the bandwidth, but then you up the price too, so.
How much would be the price of it? Like, especially for, Gene, you get, I mean, all the calls coming into the city for city information or whatever. That's pretty important.
The
How
problem
could we
is,
solve that problem there?
we're already paying more than we paid for the regular phones. So if we're going to turn around with the lease price and everything, it's going to cost more.
Could we do year one phone, go back to landline? if we're paying more, what's the difference then? I would rather we not miss calls in the city office, especially if people are calling to do business or information.
Mayor, Jason has a schedule up there of what your usage is, and like he said, it's right at 10 o'clock, there's a big peak. And otherwise, it's way down here, the whole usage for the rest of the day. So I don't know if we can figure out something there or what.
Maybe, I can always talk and see if we can't work something out with Minstech too, and maybe there's a way we can
co-op and stuff, maybe we can
remedy that.
That's probably the critical phone is at Gene's desk. I don't know if the others are. I don't know if Karen and...
They get frustrated with them as well. I don't know what the answer is. Like I said, I thought it was supposed to be a cost savings, and it's not. Just so you know, it's not. It's actually costing more.
But Bryce, you're okay with what problems you have? You still, there does seem to be a problem. If there's an emergency though and you miss it, I'm kind of concerned about that.
My concern is more of the
Right now, we're waiting, both of the ponds, I think the phones are waiting on, as far as, landline with no voicemail and no other options.
I think you can get that added now. Yeah.
What was it?
Well, I think with CenturyLink you could get those things added, the voicemail and all that as well. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't go with landlines anymore, but I'm frustrated that it's costing more when you would think it would be less. Can I ask you, Steve, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, the security access one door?
That's for the server room door.
That's the only door we're
That's the
talking
only door,
about?
yeah.
And do you think we still need that?
Equipment's already bought for it.
Okay.
It's back there, it's just not installed.
Okay.
And Mayor, just to add on, there's just one more city building we got to connect to the fiber, and that's the liquor store. And hopefully we'll get that right away this spring.
I think, if we're having a problem in the front office, we probably should address that. I don't think we should overlook it as a council. We should be, if we have a problem, if we can't fix it, then we need to change it. Because people are calling in to do business, and if we're not getting the calls or they're dropping out, then we should do something about it. I mean, it doesn't matter to me what equipment is in there or if we're going to stick with this type of equipment, then let's get the bandwidth, and if it costs more, then it costs more. If it makes more sense to go back, then let's go back. I think the service is what we're here for. We're to help the citizens of the community, and if that's what we need to do, we need to do it. I don't think we can overlook it. It's not anybody's fault. It's just kind of the reality. And if we have a problem, we should really probably solve it.
Maybe we could direct Mr. Steve Michael to get back to us next month with what he found out when he was talking before we try to make a change.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. I think we need to make a direction, give a direction, and try to solve the problems that we do have. Maybe we should find out what problems exist in all the offices.
They happen.
Right. Why don't we start with that? Maybe do a survey of all the customers or everyone that got the new phones. Your office, Gene, where else are they?
They're
all over in the city. Well, then we should do a survey and find out what and when, and then look at the solutions, what we would do to solve those problems. And there's no problem with going back to what we had. And if we can if we do that, to supply you with what your needs are. Like you stated, the change that you have, you want to make sure that those needs are met for the employees and for their job and so forth. Whether it's expanding what we have or going back, it's immaterial. It's something we should solve. Any other questions, discussion? Any other items, Steve?
Just that media converter, those are for the cameras, to get the cameras up and running at Public Works and at the arena, and I know Guile is really chomping at the bit to get those up for that, so.
Mayor, I still move to purchase the two,
Media converters.
media converter, for $1,169.22.
22.
To purchase two media converters for $1,169.22.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Further questions or discussion? This one, what are they used again for, Steve? How do you use those?
The fiber that's coming from the ground to the building, that's where
It
Moose Tech
converts.
stops. It
Oh,
converts it
I
to
got you.
an Ethernet cable from the fiber cable.
Otherwise, you can't use it.
Otherwise, we have to run fiber all the way through the arena and Public Works, and you need to hire a professional technician,
Yeah, it costs more.
and it costs a lot more. So
Absolutely.
this is their cheaper solution.
Very good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, moving on to the agenda. So number 5, previously discussed business. 5A is approve the pawn shop ordinance that has been tabled. Any discussion by council members?
I'll make a motion that we approve the pawn shop ordinance.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? I'll open it for discussion.
Well, I'm fine with that. I think Bryce would like the pawn shop ordinance, and I think it'd make his job a lot easier.
My only question is, can they have a pawn shop if we have no ordinance? Because I thought that was the question we were looking at to be answered. I'm not specifically in favor of having a pawn shop myself because of the potential problems that come with them. That's my personal opinion.
Post it as business. If they pay your building permits or pay for the permits, how are you going to stop it?
I don't know.
I don't think you can. I think that'd be discrimination.
It possibly could be. I still would be against it.
Understand?
And I think that the league gives us a little, or a lot to stand on.
Some protection.
And it's something that many communities have. I mean, this is pretty much the boilerplate ordinance that the majority of these other cities have, including several in Pine County and Carlton County.
Any further discussions? Questions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm going to actually vote no. I don't know enough about the ordinance in the pawn shops. I'm just a little leery of it, I guess. That's fine. We have motion carried. Number 5B, Minnesota Capital Investment Committee, no new information. Number C, consider Norwood Drive water main extension informal survey of interest and possible single hookup, no new information. I was hoping Steve would have a little bit for us tonight, because I asked him, and I think the council heard that, about doing a single bore down to the house and just putting in a single line from our last water main up on Norwood. And I was hoping he'd have that information, but he has medical things, and he, next month, hopefully get that information. We do have time. Of course, that wouldn't happen until earliest would be after spring breakup anyway. I did want to talk to him a little bit. If it's possible to do a 2-inch, we have all of that 4-inch ductile sitting in a pile over 2,000 feet, that is just sitting there. And, if they can bore in a 2-inch, why can't we do a 4-inch and then make it available for anyone on Knollwood? And that way we would not be tearing up the road at all. Of course, it's in bad shape that like a lot of streets that we wouldn't be doing a complete street project and a total tear up of all the driveways and yards and everything all the way down the road. It would just be a bore, and that's it. But I guess that'll come, more information, and be on the agenda for next month. 5D Lakeshore Drive Street Project, we do have some things we do have to take care of tonight. Number 1, contractor's pay request. Number 2, hard drives, that's for $10,545.12. And let's see where that is.
Page 64.
On page 64. And you can see the work that was completed. There is a retained percentage, 1% of $1,477.26.
I'll make a motion that we pay request number 2 to hard drive, amount of $10,545.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion, questions?
Yes, did our engineer say also agree with that?
They sent it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Also, under Project F, and this again was sent by our city engineer, D2, Project F, contractor's pay request number 4, Kaminsky, paid in $7,487.33. And I think it starts on page
67.
67.
Yep,
I so moved now that we paid $7,487.33 to Kaminsky.
And you also, again, for information, retained $1,000. That is a percentage that we hold back until all these items are completed and we get this final payment. Any other questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 5E, review opportunity business park punch list, and there's no information on that. And of course, as spring comes, we'll be looking over that whole road again. 5F, Moose Lake wastewater treatment facility upgrade. And do we have a memo from him?
On page,
And everyone can use it where we are right now. We have, if you have any questions after you've done the review of it, since Steve is in here, please put it in writing and submit it to the office, and we'll make sure he gets them and get back to the council. Under F2, pay request number 5, Magny Construction, $328,938.07, and this is sent by the city administrator, city engineer also. And I believe that starts on, is that 75? So we'll be looking for on a motion on pay request number 5.
I'll make a motion for pay request number 5, the May construction for $328,938.07.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I think you saw the pictures in here. You put some of the stuff that's been completed into new construction around the building, new building. And the hookup, I believe they have hooked up to the new, the main sewer line, correct?
sure.
Let's say the piping is there and they're it can be opened up when everything is done. But I think that connection has been made. Moving on to 5G, Park Place Drive, no new information. On 5H, Highway 72 project update, there's no new information at this point. I have talked to Steve about it. As soon as he receives anything from the state on all the requests that we had the businesses put in and that the city put in, those are going through a review process and consideration by the state, by their engineers and personnel in the transportation department. At some point, they will get back to us.
Excuse me, Ted.
Yes.
Interrupt. I did get an email today
You did?
from
Okay.
Steve saying that, was it Roberta from
Yes.
the state had contacted him and wants to set up a meeting with us to go over some access changes that they did.
Okay.
So hopefully in the near future we'll set up another meeting.
Okay. So probably between now and the next city council meeting, if the council of the whole wants to be there, we'll call a special meeting because this will affect all the accesses to the businesses on 73, what they accepted and what they didn't with all the input that everyone gave. Thank you, Gene. Are they going to be emailing you then to set this up?
And
Steve?
Steve, I think, first, and then he'll let me know.
All right. Some more to come.
Yep.
Local road improvement funding, debt summary information, we did keep that in there. I think the council expressed we'd like to have a new city administrator on board before we make a decision on what direction we want to go. I will talk to Steve about it because there are some deadlines is on requesting funding. I know this is a matching fund, but there are other grants out there that you could use for matching. I got to talk to Steve about that. I know there's the TED grant, that's a transportation, I can't remember, but there's one other one, the Tiger Fund. And I'll talk to Steve about if those two are applicable or if there are any others. And at some point, even if we don't have a city administrator, we may have to decide to go after some of this money and how much, or none of it. So I'll talk to Steve during this month. Gene and I both will, and we'll come back to the council with that in February. FEMA flood update. There's a memo. Will you, Gene?
Page 79.
I went too far. I went to the end. Sorry about that. I'll get there. Technology's great. A pay request in the amount of $139,556.27 was submitted by email for reimbursement on January 1st, 2016. This should be the last of the large payments to be reimbursed. There are still some outstanding engineering bills and retainage and small painting projects to be taken care of in the spring. So that's the latest and greatest information on FEMA.
I hope we're done with this soon. I'm tired.
Yeah. Number 5L, hiring timeline, new city administrator. I guess we're all in a kind of a waiting line. I guess, Doug, I don't know if you have any new info.
There isn't, some of the paperwork that was submitted is we're no longer able to get that information. More of the financial information is restricted. So I think we're going to be at a point where once we get the information back, we'll have to make a decision if that's what candidate is not, based on the information.
Very good. So as soon as you get it, and Eugene will notify us and we'll call a special meeting.
Yes.
Very good. Under new business, we did complete 6A. Moving on to 6B, application for exempt gambling permit for bingo at Holy Angels Catholic Church, Knights of Columbus. And that is on page 80. We're looking for a motion to accept that, correct?
I so move.
Second? Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reports and correspondence, PACE, Clean Energy Financing. I think that's informational only at this time. For council's preview. Also, MediaCom rate change. I think we are supposed to announce this to the public. The purpose of this letter is to inform you that effective on or about January 18th, 2016, MediaCom will be implementing the following rate adjustments impacting our video customers. Local broadcast channel surcharge. The old charge was $3.31. The new rate is $6.10. The net change is an increase of $2.79. Regional sports surcharge. The old rate was $2.84. The new rate is $2.97. The net change is an increase of 13 cents. How come they never go down?
That's lucky.
You're so lucky. Moving on to reports and let's see, we're down to committee and board meeting minutes. We have the Moose Lake Park Board minutes for January 4th, 2016, and the Moose Lake Park Board minutes December 7th, 2015. Also, there was a handout, the Moose Lake Fire Department minutes and information, and if you can look at your handout. For the month of December 2015, we had a total call of 35 calls, 24 in the city of Moose Lake, 4 in Moose Lake Township, 5 in Windermere, and 2 out of the area. And you can see the breakdown. If you go to the next page, this is the fire department end of year report for 2015. They had a total of 448 calls, which is a new record for a year, which is huge. And you can see the breakdown, all the things that they responded to. With the 448 calls, that worked out to 3,107 total fireman hours, which is quite a bit. It's huge. If you move to the next page, it breaks down the 2015 calls. For the city of Moose Lake, there's 245 calls. Moose Lake Township, 66. Silver Township, 14. Windermere Township, 94. And out of the area calls, there were 29. So a very busy year. If you move to the next page, you can see it broken down by year, starting with 2008. The total number of calls are 293, and you can see how it's increased to 2015 to 448. There are variations, but it's pretty much a steady increase year to year. And the fire department does a great job, and Jim is appointed as the tower chief again for this year. Congratulations. And
Steady job you do.
yeah, great job.
Calling people.
Please pass it on, Jim. Thank you.
Yep.
Your next meeting.
And the only other thing is, we went through the ISO, and our rating now is 6.
You want to explain to the public?
It was 8 before,
Yeah.
so insurance should go down for fire.
Yeah, explain to the public what that is.
That goes, all the insurance companies use it, but it goes off the response from your equipment, your people that respond, and basically the city infrastructure for the water tower and hydrants and that.
So we improved from an 8 to a 6, which should help everyone's
Should
insurance.
help everyone's insurance.
So the lower the rate.
Lower the rate, or it won't go up as much. Yeah.
Should people check with their insurance
Yep.
company, let them know that?
I think they should. I think we have a letter to put something in the paper.
Very good. Thank you, and good job, and please pass it on. Thanks again. Moving down to announcements. Number 8, regular Moose Lake City Council Wednesday, February 10th at 6:30 right here. Public hearing Wellhead Protection Plan, March 1st at 6:30 right here. Moose Lake Water and Light Commission regular meeting Wednesday, January 20th at 4 p.m. at the Moose Lake Conference Room. Moose Lake Water and Light Commission special meeting rate change January 22nd at 4:30 p.m. right here. Now, that's an invitation to the whole community to come in and hear an explanation of their rate change and also express their opinion. So, very important to the community. Remember, that is Water and Light's special meeting for rate change, January 22nd at 4:30 p.m.
We'll have the experts there, and also I think it's in the paper, going to be in the paper and on our bills.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Next, Moose Lake Housing and Redevelopment Authority Board, Monday, February 8th at 11 a.m., Hillside Manor Office. Moose Lake Area Fire District, Tuesday, February 9th at 6:30 at the Emergency Response Center. Moose Lake Park Board, Monday, February 1st, 6:30 p.m., right here. Library Board meeting, Thursday, January 21st, 4:30 p.m. in the City Conference Room. The Moose Lake Technology Committee is Thursday, February 11th. Note that's a change. Normally it's the 4th, but this February will be on the 11th at 10 a.m. in the City Conference Room. With that, is there anything else from the council? Paperless? Worked okay?
Except for the agenda.
Except for the agenda.
Agenda,
That's
correct.
nice to have, because that was involved.
Yes. Very good. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Got a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned.